After 18 rounds of regular season, 4 quarterfinals and 2 semi-finals, we finally have the last remaining 2 teams for the 2019 Super Rugby Championship. Today decides that it will all end with the Crusaders, 9-time champions, taking on the 1-time finalists in just their 4th year in the competition from Argentina, the Jaguares. One of these 2 sides will be crowned 2019 champions. Hello everyone and welcome back along to your home of rugby, where it is Super Rugby time yet again with the big one, the grand final between the Crusaders and the Jaguares. This Crusaders side has been in dominant form throughout 2019, just losing 2 matches and making their way head and shoulders above the rest into this final. Number 1 qualifiers throughout, and by quite a margin as well. There's good reason why this side is performing so well, and it's mainly due to the high volume of All Blacks and high quality players throughout this team. We talk about the pack every single time. They've got some changes going into the final. There is no Scott Barrett, so Mitchell Dunshea has come into the starting lineup and he will accompany Sam Whitelock in the second row. The front row is solid as a rock. Joe Moody, Cody Taylor and Owen Franks. Of course, Dunshea and Whitelock in the second row, but it'll be Fetu Douglas, Matt Todd and Kieran Reid in the back row for the Crusaders. One change to the back line as well, we'll get to in just a second. The halves, though, the combination is true there. Bryn Hall and Richie Mo'unga, but it's a new look midfield combination which could be tested here against the Jaguares. Jack Goodhue moves in 1 spot to inside centre, and Braden Enor comes off the bench to start in the number 13 jumper. George Bridge will start on the left wing of Sevu Reece, Mr. Excitement on the right, and Mr. Consistent at fullback for the Crusaders, David Havili, lining up in the number 15 jumper. This is a tough side to beat, and history tells us exactly that. They have never lost a playoffs game at home. Will today be number 1? Will today mark history? One way or another, the Crusaders are here to play. Up against them are the Jaguares from Argentina. A very, very impressive season from the team this year, and they have put everyone on notice about how good they can be in a World Cup year as well. They have plenty of experience throughout the side, and the ability of the backs to do the unthinkable and unimaginable is what they have braced themselves on in 2019. The team is very, very strong as well. Tete Chaparro, Augustine Creevy and Santiago Medrano are the front row for the Jaguares. It's a very solid and very big second row with Guado Pitti and Tomas Lavanini in the middle of the pack. Pablo Matera, the ever impressive and ever exciting number 6, will start on the blind side. Marcos Clemer and Javier Otago Desio starting at number 8. Thomas Cabelli will start the back line, starting the scrum half of Jacqueline Diaz Bonisha in the number 10 fly half jumper. Captain Geronimo De La Fuente will be at inside centre, with Matthias Orlando outside him in the number 13 jumper for tonight's matchup. The back 3 will consist of Romero Mojano on the left wing, Matthias Moroney on the right, and Emiliano Bufali lining up at fullback for the Jaguares. They've beaten some very, very good sides this season, and they made it here based on an impressive thumping of the Brumbies. Can they replicate that form here tonight is the $1 million question. If they can, we are in for one hell of a matchup. We are just seconds away from the grand final of Super Rugby getting underway. Richie Mo'unga and the Crusaders, of course, in their red and black. Away strips, though, for the Jaguares in the orange main kit with the black shoulders. It is ready to go. They will be receiving. Mo'unga gets the go-ahead, and we are underway. 2019 Super Rugby Grand Final has kicked off, and it is the Jaguares who have got the ball first, and it's stolen from Creevy. And it is Franks that does the damage in the breakdown there, stealing the ball for the Crusaders, who swiftly lose it as Cabelli looks wide and slicing from Desio, finding it out there to Moroney, who beats one! Matthias Moroney with room, finds support on the inside from Orlando for line, cuts it back to Desio, Desio beats one, Havili swept aside, but Goodhue comes across and puts him in touch. What an explosive start for the Jaguares. On that right-hand wing, Matthias Moroney, absolutely brilliant. But the Crusaders survived just early on. In their own 22, they take the line out the back and they maul it forward before Fetu Douglas has a bit of a scamper. He's all alone, however, And he's in a world of trouble. They lose the ball. Benicia out to the left-hand side. Another blue ball. Hernando flings a ball from Mojano and taken down by Goodhue yet again, who's just got his kick away. Desperate times. There's a quick throw in there from Buffelli. And he's thumped it long, and Halvini takes it on the full and turns and waits for support and gets the penalty advantage for the offside defender. And that will give them a little bit of breathing room, you'd think, if they want to use it. Goodhue gets the ball from Kieran Reid, and he just smacks us away up to halfway as well for the line out to the Jaguares. What a start by the visiting team. The Crusaders have been put on notice, and they are just hanging on by a thread. Creevy to throw. He's got just two options here. Of course, the big boys, Pitti and Lavanini, but it's stolen! Wylock steals it in the middle. Now Mwanga on the attack. Runs straight to the first defender he finds, and again the Crusaders slow to it. Not prepared after turning over that line out. They lose the ball straight back. Cabelli looks out to the right-hand side once again. Danger. Moroni is having a lot of space. There's De La Fuente, the captain. Geronimo De La Fuente getting near the 22 now for the Jaguares. Options are plenty for Cabelli. Left side is Decio up against Reid. The two number 8s battle down yet again. Left side again, another chance here. Chaparro, what's he doing out there? Tete Chaparro away to Lavanini, who's almost scored the unthinkable start. How many chances is this now for the Jaguares to score? That's at least 2 cut and dry opportunities. The Crusaders have survived. Wylock again, and they choose to maul it again. The Jaguares again equal to the task. It's Franks to Taylor. Running is Cody Taylor. Needs some friends though, does Cody Taylor as well. Gets them this time. Bryn Hall goes back to Jack Goodhue. They just can't find Mwanga with ball in space at the moment to get a kick away. And they give it instead to Sam Wylock, who hits it up. Hall away to Braden Enor. Sweeps away one defender, does Enor. And pretty much gets stacked up on the last pile of bodies. Now it's turned over though. Chaparro's done very well. Out wide they go to Moroni. Inside ball to Petty. To the line, Penny. That's three huge chances for the Jaguares to score. Cabelli, off his swing. There's Mojano. And the ball is grubbed through. Dead in goal. A wasteful end to a golden opportunity for the Jaguares. Well, Guido Pitti, he has had a huge opportunity, much like Lavanini, much like Moroni, and in the end, much like Mojano as well. Mwanga goes short with the 22, and he gives it straight to Lavanini, who has another go with it.
Release.
He's got Moroni right there, and it's a penalty, hands in the rug. Well, I think Dunshay thought he had a chance at that ball. Lavanini is one strong character, and the referee has deemed that to be going advantage to the Jaguares. And they are lining up a shot at goal. It is a man we haven't spoken about too much already in this match, but Bonicia, with a chance to put them on the board after 28 minutes. A great kick too from the Jaguares fly half. And Bonicia puts it up 3-0. Crusaders trail at home. And the visitors, the Jaguares, on the board. Into this final 10-minute passage before half-time now. And we've only had one scoring play that is a penalty goal to Jacqueline Diaz-Bonicia. Here goes Richie Mwanga, going high yet again. And very deep, very good kick there from Mwanga. The ball's offloaded, just about stolen. It's desperate time for Petty to go back and grab it. Here's Austin Cleavy. This is back line, eventually it's a forward pass. So that was Kramer who actually got that ball, but it was before that. Have another look. Don't quite see exactly what happened there, but the forward pass is called by the ref. Didn't look like it there on the replay, but referee makes up his mind, and it is Bryn Hall feeding the scrum for the Crusaders. Only at the back is Reid. Hall is barking instructions to his pack. Now he goes behind it. He fires it left side. Jack Goodhue running. Goodhue drawing. Bridge. Oh, look at this from Richie Mwanga. Mwanga to the corner. 1-on-1. No chance for Valley. Mwanga scores. Have a look at this replay. Have a look at the replay and the magic work of Richie Mwanga. This was extraordinary. He was cut out at the start, went straight to Goodhue. What's number 10? He floats around the back, and they just don't pick him up, the Jaguares. He is just behind the ball runner, and with that, he's carried himself right across, and no defender has done the same. They were man on with 2 at the start. That is a huge play from Richie Mo'unga. The deceptive ability of this young fly half is truly up there with the world's best. To create an overlap, standing 1 out from the scrum, and to deliver that in the corner is an amazing finish from the number 10. This is Richie Mo'unga with the conversion, and it's from the left-hand touchline, and another great kick from Mo'unga. Well, he's a try scorer, and he's converted his own one. It's 7-3, a late try, putting the Crusaders in the lead as we head to half-time. This is one cracking final so far. Neither team giving an inch defensively. Very strong, but 1 try and 1 penalty is all these 2 sides have managed from the opening 40 minutes. And it has been a real battle as well. Look at these stats. Really interesting reading here as we see the Crusaders equal almost on possession, 58-42. Not too much going between the 2 sides there, but it is territory. That is massive, 70-30. That is a huge amount in advantage to the home team, who have pinned themselves down in great opportunity to get points. But you'd say, watching that first half, the Jaguares definitely the better of the 2 teams. Multiple chances inside that only 20 minutes. They just could not put any of them away. Petty had one. Lavanini had one. Moroni had one. They were a pile of chances that they should have put something away, and they could have been in a commanding lead here going into the break. As it turns out, they now have work to do in the second 40 minutes. It is cold and it is foggy, but it is grand final rugby here in Christchurch. The Crusaders, the home team, lead the visitors, the Jaguares from Argentina, in the 2019 final. 7 points to 3. Let's get back down to the action and see what the second half has in store for us. Getting back underway now, the players back out on the field, and Benicia with ball in hand. We are ready to rock and roll for the second 40 minutes. 7-3 the score, and the Jaguares are trailing the Crusaders in the 2019 final, but Lavanini steals the ball straight off the kickoff for the Jaguares. Moroni, left side, Benicia running at the line, and it's Della Fuente right on hand beside him. Now they change directions. Good little ball there from Petty. Pops it back inside Desio. Running is Lavanini. The big boys all involved there. Great offload again, Benicia. And he finds the ball. But Richie Mo'unga, he can do no wrong. Has stolen the ball. And Seven Reese out wide. Has a chance to break away, but he's lost it. It's another turnover. Machado steals it. And it is the Crusaders to get it back, though, knocked on from the left winger. Advantage now with the Crusaders in their own 22. Are they going to run this out? They are. Of course they are. George Bridge down the left-hand side. Real opportunity now to break away. He looks to kick. Kicks high. Brandon chasing. A fast chase. But waiting back there will be Mojano. Oh, he's lost it. Picked up by Della Fuente. Driven just millimetres short. And they're own goal now. Lavanini back to Buffali. Calmly hacks it upfield, 10-metre line. Here is Havili, and he runs straight at a good tackle from Orlando. Good defender, Matthias Orlando. He's full, Whitelock going left side, and it's another opportunity for Taylor. He's gone through himself now. Oh, options left and right. He's lost it as well. The Jaguares are humming, and now a ball through for Penny. Penny has the ball left-hand side. Got it away to Orlando. Here comes Havili. Havili stops with his tracks, and Goodhue finishes the job. David Havili has been kept extremely busy tonight. As this Jaguares back 3 is playing some explosive rugby. Moshano, Moroni, Orlando now is getting involved, and there is the ball to the front, and Dunshay has it. Richie Mo'unga looking to kick away. And for the first time tonight, he's actually got the ball in a kickable position. Hasn't got it away. Bryn Hall to Goodhue. Oh, great offload to Douglas, and here's Fetu Douglas, a strong runner of the ball. It's Fetu Douglas as he goes up to the 10-metre line. It's stolen again of the Jaguares and dominating the breakdown. Moroni inside outside, passes back to centre park. Della Fuente, no chance. What a play! And the turnover as well! In or to Hall! Someone get rid of it! This is just dire straits rugby at the moment from the Crusaders. They are being stripped from end to end. This again! They break away! Madano! Into the 22 he goes. And anyone can do it as well. The tight end prop getting involved. Cabelli away to Petty. And this could be another turnover to France. Douglas, Dunshay. Offload beautifully, Mo'unga. Oh, it is really getting sloppy out there at the moment. Inside their own 22. Crusaders under immense pressure. Dunshay gets it from Taylor, and here's a break from Enor! And Enor again cuts him in half. His speed is explosive. It's a kick down to the 22. Chasing hard down there his own Franks. He makes an effort, but he gets stunned by a good dummy. And here come the Jaguares once more. Desio this time. Mo'unga steals it. Oh, and a high tackle, Richie Mo'unga. What was he trying with the kick there? Has the ball just gone loose and been thumped, or what's gone on there? I'm not quite sure. But the high tackle coming in from Matthias Orlando. And finally we can catch a breath. My word! What a last 20 minutes of the game that has been. Crusaders desperate to hold out. The Jaguares throwing absolutely everything they've got at this Crusaders team. Mo'unga right in front, he's taking the 3. And that is over without any problem whatsoever. 10 points to 3 to score. Jaguares need to score twice to win. And you can watch this matchup and say, Jaguares should have scored 4 or 5 tries by now. They've been that close for so long. A short kick is taken in by Douglas. He finds Todd. Reese breaks one. Steven Reese doing very well. Fed Steven Reese. Away to Enor! Brian Enor down the touchline. Oh, the ankle tap slows him down, but it's not enough. He's in. He's in the corner. Brayden Enor, great try. Kramer gave chase. He was never going to stop him. Buffelli could only force him to the corner. What a try from Brayden Enor, rising star of New Zealand rugby. There's Buffelli, just slowed him down. Kramer come across. De La Fuente, he was the man. He was the magic feet, but he didn't have enough field to catch him up. Take it back a frame or two more though. Sevu Reese, absolutely phenomenal work by the winger. He stepped through a couple of defenders, fended off another, and then somehow offloaded into space. That man, Brayden Enor, who beat the desperate tap of Emiliano Buffelli, then ran away from Marcos Kramer, and then just had enough speed to keep at bay Geronimo De La Fuente. What a try! What an extraordinary grand final this is. Scoreboard says, not much of a contest, but let's watch it on the field. It has been an extraordinary game between these two teams. 17 points to 3. The Crusaders with a dominant lead now over the Jaguares, who have a lot of work to do. Back to Benicia. And he's got to do something special from this kickoff to get his team back in the frame. There is only 6 or so minutes to go, and Joe Mooney, now he's going alone. Taylor in support does very well. Jaguares get numbers in the breakdown, but they're struggling. The Crusaders lose it. It's back. It's another chance for the visitors. And again, Mozzano cuts them in half, but just can't find support. Setting up now another chance for Lavanini as he tries to get away from the desperate tackle there. Oh, and a turnover! Penalty! Crusaders, game, set, match. Lavanini held up, I think, from Bryn Hall. Scragged to the ground and then up and over it as quick as a flash. Superb work by the scrum half. Enor and Mo'unga, 2 instrumental factors in this matchup, as we may have the final set piece of the matchup for the grand final. Dunshay at the front, Hall to Mo'unga, gives it to no one. Bridge has to come in, he takes contact, desperate throw out the back. Hall, it's again a bit messy. And Sam Wylock charges through the gates. Right on halfway. Surely, with the final in the bag, you just kick it out. Hall has knocked it on, and sliding it on will be Kieran Reid, who's knocked it on again, and that will be all she wrote. That will be grand final done, and the Crusaders, 9-time champions, make it number 10. Jaguares come hard, they come strong, but ultimately have fallen short at the final hurdle that has been the Crusaders. Too good on the night, too clinical, too professional. But how about the chances that the visitors had? That's what they need to learn. Take every opportunity, take it to the bank. The Crusaders did that tonight. They didn't have many, but the ones they did get, they finished easily come full time. 17 points to 3, the final score in the Grand Final Super Rugby 2019. Crusaders lifting their 10th Super Rugby title. Only 2 tries in the game, 1 for Richie Mo'unga, 1 for Braden Ennor. 2 conversions and a penalty goal going to Richie Mo'unga as well. And for the Jaguares, just the 1 penalty going to Benicia. Not the greatest game for them. They had so many chances. They should have put so many more points on the board. They just could not finish. And the Crusaders' defence, when it got into that 5-metre channel from their line, just turned into a different machine. They were too good, and they just could not break that red wall right on the try line. 17-3 though. It looks like a bit of a pacing. It looks like a dominant display. But let me tell you that. If you just watched it, you'll know it was far from that situation. Full-time stats, it was a bit of an interesting one at half-time, but boy, she evened up at the full-time period, didn't it? The Crusaders were in control territorially, but look at what it was at full-time. Pretty much dead even. 57-58 to 43-42. Nothing really in that. A lot of handing errors. It was a messy game. It was a bit scrappy in periods as well, as both sides chanced their arm for that magical piece of difference. 8 handing errors to 5-13 in total was not the best for a grand final. But what was the best is their bottom line. 7 line breaks each. 14 for the match. Sadly it was though. Only 2 tries come from those 14 line breaks. A superb finish to our Super Rugby season. 2 deserving sides, 2 very, very good sides as well. The Crusaders have done it though. 10-time champions and back-to-back champions as well. 3 times consecutively in the last 3 years. Today though, it was over Jaguares, and what a story they've been in 2019. I hope you've enjoyed the journey of Super Rugby throughout the season, and I hope you've enjoyed all the matches coming to you from the weeks of round robins, and of course the playoffs games in the last couple of weeks as well. That is us pretty much though for Super Rugby this year. We'll be moving on to bigger and better things now, the Rugby Championship, and of course the Rugby World Cup later on this year. So thank you for tuning into the season of Super Rugby. As always, I hope you've all enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all there for plenty more rugby action in future as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about the grand final. Crusaders deserved winners? I do think so myself, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I'll see you all next time for whatever it is we come up with next. Rugby Championship is going to be most likely. So until then, thanks for tuning in as always. And Crusaders fans, congratulations, and see you next year. Take care.